Hello, I am actually live. So, the last few weeks, I have pre recorded sessions to go out live on a Monday whilst I teach the 7 Keys course behind the scenes. And so, we're back with our live sessions, properly live this time. So, hello, happy Monday, everybody. Let me know in the chat how you are, what you're working on, what you're doing, how you're feeling. So good to be back. I actually have butterflies in my tummy because I haven't done one of these Motivational Monday lives for such a long time. So it's good to be back. So today I'm just going to give you all an update on what's happening because we have a few things happening behind the scenes. And then I'll share some of my motivational, like where my head is at right now and what I'm contemplating. So first of all, if you are a hub member, so some of you might not know what a hub member is, we have a membership platform where people subscribe, and for their subscription they get access to resources that help them make art a living, and it helps support them over a longer period of time. And that launched 4 years ago. So I launched United Art Space 5 years ago. So we had the birthday for United Art Space back in April. And then it was a year and a half after that that I launched the Hub, which was the platform to help people make art a living. So that was born 4 years ago on Thursday. So we've got a little bit of a celebration happening on Thursday. I do like to throw a party. It doesn't matter what kind of birthday it is. I'll always find a reason to celebrate. But what we have done behind the scenes is created a brand new hub as well. So we are launching that this week. It's a brand new platform. So if you're a hub member, you will get access to that this week. And if you're not a hub member, you are very welcome to come and join us on Thursday and every day next week. We have an event called Your Art Matters. In fact, I should put the link above in the comments. I don't think I've got it above. I'll put it in afterwards. So we have decided to start running these Your Art Matters events. I've always wanted to do something annual that happens every year. And I just suddenly had the idea this year, I know I'll do one in April and one in November to tie in with the birthday. So the birthday of United Art Space, the birthday of the Hub. And my plan is to start running these events every year. One of them might become bigger than the other one. I'm not sure. I plan in future to do them in person. That would be amazing. But for now, what we're doing is having a bit of a birthday celebration, Your Art Matters week, where each day we have an art challenge. So we will be putting a picture out and all be coming together to make art each day. And then we also have guests coming in each day to do a talk as well. So if you'd like to join us, I will put the link above and in the comments so you can sign up and take part. There are prizes as well. We give out prizes each day. And the prize this time is to be featured in our magazine. So we launched a magazine back in April, and we're going to release a magazine each time we do the Your Art Matters event. And so the prizes this time will be to get featured in the magazine, which is an awesome prize. So the magazine will be published at the end of the event. So when you sign up, you'll also get a free digital copy of the magazine too. So it's exciting. It's very exciting. And hello, David. Why not something that happens annually every 2 years? Oh no, I can't wait that long. So yeah, that's what's happening. So I'll put the links in, and then we have lovely people joining us throughout the event to inspire you. So the event is for anybody who likes making art, and it's Your Art Matters. It's all about inspiring people, making you believe and feel that you matter, that your art matters, that you have a place in the world, and to encourage you to make art as well. So that's what the purpose of the event is. And it's a free event available to anybody. So hello. So tell me how, oh, thank you, Lottie. Lottie has put, there we go. There's the link to sign up if you want to join us. Thank you, Lottie. You're a diamond. So Sarah, hello. Camille is tuning in from Chicagoland. Lottie's with us. Wind, hello. Nicola, Melanie. Let me see. Murag, Lisa. It's nice to have you here. Lisbeth, Jules with us. Kate, hello. Nikki, Anika. Oh, wow. Tuning in from Trinidad and Tobago. I've been to Tobago before, years ago. Sandra's with us. Caroline's here. David's tuning in from a cafe in Dorset. That sounds nice. So yeah, let me just pop the link back on. Lindsay's tuning in from a sunny Spain. So nice to have you all here. So what I wanted to talk about this morning, I'm just musing this morning. Just been thinking a lot, and I just thought I'd share it with you because you know what I'm like. I just share what's on my mind in case it helps any of you, because usually we're thinking similar kinds of things as humans, aren't we? So recently I did a presentation skills course. Now, I did share this on my podcast recently because I was really nervous about doing it. So I've been busy over the last few years setting up United Art Space, and I have pushed myself out of my comfort zone in some ways, in big ways. But you know that feeling of having like butterflies and being really scared when you're doing something new? I realised recently that I hadn't had that feeling for a long time, that I've been sitting in my comfort zone pretty much, pushing myself, but not feeling that like, oh. So when I was asked recently many times to speak in person, I kept saying no. And I realised that I was saying no because I was scared, and I kept saying no because I'm busy, which I am, and I was. But then I realised, actually, is there something going on here? And I realised that, yeah, there's some fear. It's stopping me. So I reached out to someone, a friend, and said, you know, I think I've got this block. I can speak for England and I can speak on my videos, but for some reason I convinced myself I can't do it in person. So this guy said, right, you need to speak to Steve McDermott and go and speak to him. He runs a course, a presentation skills course. And I was like, great, okay. So I found him. He had a course that was starting like a couple of months after. So I signed up. Cost quite a lot of money. But I did it and I signed up. Anyway, on the day and in the run up, the week before, I mean, I was one of those people. They're on the phone with me every 2 minutes because I had questions and I don't understand this question and I don't understand, because they gave us homework as well. And it was almost like I was just trying to find every reason under the sun why I couldn't do this course. And I was such a pain in the bum. I kept going, I don't understand this question. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. And it's almost like I was, just trying to find any reason why I was inadequate. And I even got on the phone and I said, I think this course is just way above my head. I don't think that I'm ready for this. And it's really interesting because I hear that from people taking my course as well. And so it gave me a big appreciation for how people feel when they join United Art Space or when they join our programs. Because when you step out of your comfort zone big time, it is really frightening. It makes you question yourself. It makes you question everyone else that's on that journey. So they reassured me on the phone, and they was like, they just said, look, it's fine. We think that you are totally ready for this and that you can do it. And they helped me break down. I was totally overcomplicating the homework. So they helped me get my head around the homework. So I had to travel down to London, and then I got there 2 hours early because I was so scared of being late and getting lost. So I had 2 hours to sit and get nervous, really. So I sat in a cafe and I was watching the world go by and I was reading through my homework, and then I thought, well, I'll turn up 20 minutes early. So I went to the door, and then there was this other guy walking in at the same time. And you know, when you just look at someone and you think, oh no, is he taking the course as well? and I and he kind of looked and he went, are you here for the presentation skills course? And I was like, yes. And at that point, I just wanted to say no and run away. I was literally, my legs were shaking. I can't tell you how scared I was. I was literally, my legs were just trembling. And this guy, Ricky, who was such a lovely guy, but he was just so confident. He turned around and he gave me a big handshake and went, hi, I'm Ricky. And he was like, and I'm a speaker and I do all this magician training. And I was like, so instantly started to compare myself to him, thinking, oh my gosh, you know, he's just going to be so good. And so it's just so weird how we do this to ourselves. You know, we start to compare, we start to tell ourselves that we're not good enough. And it was really interesting for me to go through all of this, because obviously this is what I teach others, and to see it happening to myself, even though I know all the things and I know how to reframe, it was still really powerful and I was frightened. And then I walked in, and then everyone just seemed, I was just so intimidated by everybody basically. And I started to get in my own head thinking, I shouldn't be here. I don't belong here. And I actually wanted to cry. And I walked into the room, and the guy, Steve, who runs the course, just looked at me and he said, look, I know we're not supposed to come into close contact because of COVID. He said, but you really look like you need a hug. He just came and gave me a big hug. And I was like, oh, okay, now I feel a little bit better. So anyway, to cut a long story short, all the people that I was absolutely terrified of, by lunchtime, we were sat like old friends. They were just so lovely. We were all so different. Some of them were like really, really, really posh, and some people were like running companies, and some people worked for banks. There was loads of different types of people. We would never ever have met in person if it wasn't for this course. And they were all so lovely, and we got on, and I got up and I spoke and I loved it, and I didn't want the course to end by the end of it. I really, really enjoyed it. I did some things that were crazy, that if they'd have told me beforehand that that's what we were going to be doing, there was no way I would have taken that course. I would have cancelled it. It was just incredible to step out of my comfort zone at that level, even though it was terrifying. So what I realized from that situation is that it's really easy to stop doing something when we feel so frightened, or when we feel like something's very, very hard. So I've noticed recently there's two feelings for me. One is that overwhelming scaredness of the butterflies. When I came away from that situation and I ended up loving it, and I said to them, I literally don't want this course to end. I feel like I'm just now finally just getting over this limiting belief that I've had, that I can't speak in front of people. It was just such a crazy transformation in 2 days, in just 2 days. And everybody had the same transformations. And there were some people, even more, there was one guy on the course, even more scared than I was. He was literally terrified. To the point that he couldn't speak, and he was so nervous, and it helped him as well. It was amazing to just think that I nearly cancelled, and the fear that I had to then afterwards not wanting it to end. And it reminds me of my kids, when my kids get so scared and we go, it's okay, you're going to be all right, and you just push them to it, and they end up loving whatever it was they were afraid of. It just made me realize that as a grown-up, that I haven't felt those feelings in a long time, that complete and utter scared feeling. And I want to feel it more. So I'm going to make this something that I do in the future, is start to push myself out of my comfort zone more, even though it's terrifying. But the feeling afterwards is always incredible. So it's something to be mindful of. We tend to shy away from these feelings and these things that actually make us grow as people and feel wonderful after we've done them. So there's that one thing that I'm exploring, of what can I do that gives me butterflies. But then there's the another part is the struggle. So it's not something that I'm scared of as such. It doesn't make my tummy go, but it's things that are hard. And this is something that I've been identifying with in a lot of other people recently as well. We are in the midst of running our 7 Keys course. And just seen Charlie's comment about bungee jumping. Not quite. I will share something that I am planning on doing though in a minute. The other thing, yeah, is this feeling of it being hard, and we teach the 7 Keys, which is making art a living, which is tough. And I, as you know, if you don't know, you've been under a rock. I'm writing a book. And goodness me, this year I've learned that the process is hard. It's like really hard. And so I found myself saying that a lot recently. Gosh, this is hard. This is hard. This is so hard. I keep saying it. This is really hard. This is hard. This is such a struggle. This is really hard. Oh, so much to do. So much to do. It's really, really hard. And I've just found myself saying it over and over again. And then when I have been observing other people taking the 7 Keys course, I've been seeing, that as well. Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. And so we've kind of in our group come up with this this unwritten rule now of it's okay to say something's hard if it's serving a purpose. If we are reaching out to someone to say, this is hard, I need some help. But if we just keep saying, this is a struggle, this is hard, and it's actually not serving a purpose, it's not helping us, then stop saying it. So that's what I've advised people in my group to do, and they've started to do that, and they're seeing a big shift now in their mindset. It doesn't feel so hard when you stop saying it all the time. I've stopped saying it now about the book. Stop saying it. I've totally turned it around now. And it's something so simple as that, as also realizing. So there's a few things, and I'm just learning this as I'm sat here live doing this. I haven't prepared. I'm literally musing now, just thinking all this through with you. So one of the bits is keep saying it. Is that this is really hard. This is really hard. That was weighing me down, and where focus goes, energy flows. The more you say it's hard, the more it feels hard. The more it feels like a struggle. So I have totally stopped saying that now, reframing it, and the book is flowing, and it's okay, and it's taking time, but that's because it's a big task that I'm undertaking, and I'm just totally reframing the way I'm looking at it. So there's that part, but also, stay with me, there's the side of things being difficult, and that's okay. So it goes back to what I was saying about that real scaredness, and sometimes when we get really scared, we just stop. We'll make a reason not to do something, and the same happens sometimes when something gets really hard. It would have been really easy for me this year to just say, and there have been points where I thought, I don't want to do this book anymore. It's just too hard. Or with anything that starts to become really difficult, in the times in my life where it's got really, really tough and you feel like just giving up. And don't get me wrong, sometimes there's nothing wrong with stopping something if you really just don't want to do it anymore. But I am starting to learn myself how to be comfortable in the times that feel difficult, how to accept them and understand that, yes, this is difficult. It's part of the process. And it's finding a way to keep going through that struggle or through that difficult feeling, because it's normal. And so I read something, an article, I wish I had it with me. It was a lady who climbed a mountain numerous times, like 20 something times. It was part of an organised event and a charity event, and she was not a endurance athlete or someone that usually runs, or she literally signed up to this on a whim, to push herself out of her comfort zone. And when she was like 5, she climbed the mountain. It was her 5th go, And she said, and I just kept saying, this is hard. Like, this is hard. Every time she was going up, this is hard. This is really difficult. And they go, yeah, just keep going. Just keep focusing on one step at a time and just feel it. Yes, it's a struggle. Yeah, it's not easy. You just keep going. And so she said that she just wanted to give up on number 5, but then just stopped saying it was so hard, and then just focused on one step at a time, and literally just focused her feet on that one step at a time. And she climbed it like 29 times or something. It took her 36 hours. It was crazy. I just saw this story yesterday, and it just made me think how we can, we don't have to go and climb a mountain 29 times to experience this, but it's that thing about some things are difficult to work out, some things are difficult to work through, and that's okay. Not everything should be easy or is easy, and it's about learning, I think, to just accept that and just to keep going. So I don't really have any hard, solid advice here. I'm still figuring this out myself. I'm just sharing what's going on in my mind right now, because as I prepare for the new year, I'm starting to think about what I want to push myself towards in the new year. So that's where my head's at the moment. I'm thinking about these feelings and thinking how to keep pushing through despite things feeling difficult or things feeling very scary. And what I've also done off the back of this is signed up myself to do a crazy mountain climb next year. So just like that lady, that's how I saw the story. It was in a group that I was in. I came back from that speaking course thinking that I'd really like to do something to push myself out of my comfort zone. We went on holiday to Cornwall this year. You might have seen some of the live videos that I did from there. And we did a lot of climbing up cliffs and things like that, and staring at the views and walking and being out in nature. And I thought, I really miss this. And years ago, we did an art challenge inside our community, and there were lots of people taking pictures of British Columbia. And I remember thinking, wow, that's on my bucket list, along with Ireland as well. Those were the 2 places that stood out to me as, wow, I have to go there. So I was on a call the other day with some friends from Canada, and they are all climbing Whistler Mountain next year. And they invited me along for the challenge. And all these things that have happened recently made me say yes. So it's climbing Whistler Mountain 8 times. It's the equivalent of Everest. And I've put myself forward. It's not till next September, so I've got loads of time to get myself mentally prepared and physically prepared. But there's a few reasons I've said yes, and it's one, to push myself out of my comfort zone physically, mentally. I never do things like this. I'm like that lady that I just mentioned. I don't really do much. I do a little bit of exercise, but it's more my medicine. So it's going to be a massive challenge, and I'm really excited about it. I'm slightly crazed at the same time. So yeah, I want to go to British Columbia. I've always wanted to go there, and I kind of, this part of me just wanted to push myself and feel that struggle and still have to push through it, I think is going to help in parallels of my life where you have to keep going. So there's my crazy thoughts. Oh, Caroline, I have lots of lovely walks in Shropshire. Absolutely. In fact, the Weekend is on my doorstep. It's only 1,300 feet, but there are the Shropshire Hills. Yeah. So that's it. That's where my head's at. It's so good to be here with you and just download all of that. I'm just going to check the comments now. So I guess my one takeaway this week from Motivational Monday is to just, it's like that physical feeling, isn't it? Feeling something, and whether it's something that's scaring and giving you butterflies, or whether it's something that's really difficult and it's frustrating you, it's maybe making you angry, it's learning to sit with that and move with it, not let it push you away. I think that's what I'm taking away from this conversation. Hey, yeah, it's nice to see you all here. Hey, Susie's with us. Palmer's with us. Yay! I've had 5 years of practice of talking. Oh, it's nice to see you all. You're all catching alive. Amazing. Oh no, you're off sick, but I hope you feel better soon. Cafes do rule. They really do. Thank you. Uh, oh, it's nice to have you here as well. Nisha's at work. I like this. You sneak people tune in and sneak off to toilets and all sorts and to tune in. Um, David, I can see you trying to wind me up. Yeah, but I definitely would never do a skydive. 100% no. No, 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 no. Not even if you paid me like a ridiculous amount of money. Wouldn't do it. I've got limits to this. Yeah. Oh, that actually just makes my stomach just go into my mouth, even just thinking about it. So I'm definitely a long, 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 long way from that. And definitely not a bungee jump either. And I think this has been the thing actually. I've seen people doing these crazy things thinking, why on earth would you do that? And I'm starting to understand it now. But there's still things that I definitely wouldn't do. Because it's finding your own thing that pushes you enough out of your comfort zone. Um, but yeah, the achievement, yeah, yeah. Uh, let me see. Yeah, market should be yum yum. You know, I would create an event called Yam. Mark and I are from the Midlands in the UK, and there's a certain area, West Bromwich Way, where you're called a yam yam. Yam right. That's how they say. Are you okay? Yam right, Anya. I kind of lost the accent now, Mark. Um, this book, yeah. Oh, thank you, Glenn. I'm just seeing your post. Thank you. Yeah, it was a good feeling. And let me just see. And every time it gets easier, yeah. I'm just going to check the comments before I go. Kelly, running 5K is similar. I've been pushing myself to get better and better. It's hard, but the results are worth it. Absolutely. Oh, I like this, Lisbeth. So next year my word will be sales, and I'm already terrified. This year it was change, and I found my why and my what. Oh, I now have to take the next step and start studying my work, because that is way out of my comfort zone. I'm scared. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. And I think that is part of accepting it, that it's okay. And that's the first step of stepping out of our comfort zone, is feeling that fear, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the Three Peaks, yes, in the UK. Yeah, which would be my warm up, which is just crazy. Oh, 5K coffee shops. Now that I'm in. Even better pubs. um, yes, and the cable. So this is the thing, Tracy. Actually, it's up. So you've only got to go up, then you come down in the cable car. So you've got to go up 8 times, but you get a rest. So you go up, down, up, down. So they make it sound really easy because you get a rest in between. I like this. Like a friend reminded me this week, choose your hard. Yeah, because not everything has to be hard. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so Lottie did a skydive. Hat off to you. Oh, and then Claire, I've done it, skydived. Catherine, I like this one. Catherine's challenge is having her hair done so she's not terrified on the live tomorrow. Oh, wonderful, Amanda. This sounds great. Hello from Canada. Yay. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, and so let's just talk about this for 1 second. Caroline says, yeah, that everything feels hard at the moment. It feels like walking through treacle. I've definitely had moments like that, even short bursts recently like that, but even long periods of my life that, that have felt like that. And I think when everything feels difficult, that's different to what I'm talking about here, possibly, where it's working through something that is difficult. And I think when everything feels difficult, it's usually because everything is just piling up on top of you, isn't it? And it's just like, oh, just give me a break. There's too many things, possibly. What I would do, Caroline, I don't know if this is any help whatsoever, when everything feels heavy and everything feels hard, even when it shouldn't feel that way, sometimes, like, just for me, just getting the kids organized, things like that, just everything feels difficult. It's just trying to release some of that heavy weight. So I download everything out of my head, everything that's important, and then I just start to pull out the most important things that I need to do. I don't know whether that is any help whatsoever, because you might be talking about something completely different, but yeah, I know that feeling too. Oh, we have someone from Smethwick. Oh, I know. That's why, Stacey, because people still tune in even when I'm not live. So I still published them live over the last few weeks, just so everyone could be together and comment, because we have so many people that tune in. I love treacle. Yeah, and I think, I don't know what this is in relation to, but Me Too Never Again. Yeah, with the mountain thing, I'm pretty sure that's what I'll be saying. Yeah, I did it. I'm never going to do it again, and I probably won't do any endurance type thing again. But it's like, for something happens in your life and it just feels like the right thing right now. I can't explain it. I've never wanted to do anything like this before, and it just all of a sudden just feels like the right time. You're all making me laugh. Yeah, yeah. That would be a better way around, wouldn't it? Oh, bless your heart, Julie. So thanks for this talk. The 7 keys is challenging but great. I think I'm scared of finishing it, and I'll need to sell my work, which scares me. Yeah. So you need to just sit with that now and just know that it's okay. And it's starting to look at what's the worst thing that can happen and reframing it, and just take small, small, small steps forwards. Oh. Yes, sorry, Isabel, it's coming after I finish this live session. It was supposed to come before I did the live session. And Andrew, for some reason, the videos have been taking a long time to upload to the platform. So Andrew is sat, and as soon as I finish this, it's going to be published. So How Part 2 is coming, yes. I love it. Right, okay, so I was just checking the comments. I will check the comments. If I haven't replied to anybody, I will check. And thank you. It's so good to be back. So I'll be back on Thursday, 11 a.m. UK time, and we are going to kick off Your Art Matters week. So on that day, I'll share the art challenge and what's going to happen over the next week when the sessions are, and we'll kick off the celebrations together. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.